Hi! It's me again. I am doing this fresh off the heels of the last part. Like, I just... Okay, well, I think now we get to see that redesign that we have for Puni. Because I know everyone who noticed that probably literally just paused the video to process it. If they haven't processed it already. I could say more, but I feel like the more I harp on to certain things, the stranger it'll be, so... The reason why I didn't wait, for Gigadis's spy fully shown before showing the redesign is because basically the biggest crime of his original design is that he has no separation between his shirt and his pants. Also, spoiler, Gigadis is his name. Trying to contain my ramblings because I feel very out of breath. Trying to keep up. I'm trying not to complain so much. They really just introduce everybody really fast, like, biggest hurry to introduce everybody and get the... basically the status quo back with, like, the rest of the characters. Except for, like, a certain group that we haven't seen yet, so I will wait. So we've got the one character, one of the two characters that definitely isn't an XP of anybody, but he kind of makes me uncomfortable. Like, first off, he looks like he came from a completely different game series, but he kind of makes me uncomfortable because I noticed some things, and then I couldn't unnotice them, and I know it's not supposed to be what my brain goes to. But I can't unthink it, and I'm not sharing it because I don't want anybody else to be stuck in the cell. just enjoy the game. And then we have the other guy over here, who is basically Lemurius. He doesn't look terrible, but he's got this weird thing where I feel like his head or his hair or something isn't balanced correctly. Like, this entire game has a mild problem with angles and faces. Also, Pupuru and a lot of other characters don't have a nose, and it's not inherently bad, but it kind of contributes to everyone looking a little off. Yeah, it feels like Nicholi, I think is his name. I think that's how it's pronounced, because the only other options are Nicholi and Nicholi, and I don't think those are correct. But he's got this weird thing where it feels like his face and his body are tilting in two different directions. Like, does anyone know what I mean? He's also got a spoon on his head. I kept mentally writing it off just because it's... like, his entire character design makes me want to write him off, to be honest. He's about as generic looking as most of the rest of the cast. Like, everybody is so designed and so generic somehow. But my friend's really bothered by the spoon. Also, he looks pissed with that expression. He just looks so angry. My throat hurts. It's been a while since I have spoken this much at once. I'm just letting them ramble because I don't have any particular complaints with, like, character or story here. It works. It's, you know, not outstanding, but it's not, like, not bad. It's functional. That's fine. Every story will have its parts that are just functional. You know, that's just how it's gonna be. You can't have anything, like, hit it out of the park or be terrible every second throughout. And this expression looks like it has a smudge on my computer screen. So this is the point, so we do watch these parts together, like, me, my two friends, and another friend of mine, we all watch these together. And it was about this point where I thought of a character trait that would make me like Puni more, and it's like, let's exercise his evil, pulls out a knife. Like, if he was just this cute little thing that threatens to stab people when they upset her. That'd be nice. That'd be fun. A very interesting thing about this game is that the actual plot and stuff is kind of zany and weird. They're really obsessed with curry. They could just go all the way with it in this game, but it feels like the characters don't really match. It also has a mild problem where, this was funny, and I didn't think of this because I'm not familiar with the other series. But I was checking some reviews and stuff, some screenshots, and I saw a few that were like, hey, is this part of... Fuck, I started this thought, I don't know if I can pronounce it. Decigia? Yeah. D-I-S-A-G-A-G-E-A. I'm sorry, I don't talk well.
Pupuru-chanにだけいろいろ任せるわけにはいかないね。元はといえば、うちとそこそこ一番さんの問題だったんだし。僕もPupuru-chanのお手伝いをしないと。でも言い出しっぺは僕だし。
What was that name? I have not noticed that before because I just zoned out during this part. It's like, you know, hey, she has this entire backup plan that she pulls out the butt and offers it, and it's, you know, not noteworthy. What was that name?
それでカレーを作ってくださいっていうのはどうかな。うん、とってもいいね。たくさん持っておいで。
I feel like that was lemon noises.
カレー楽しみ。すっごくやる気出てきた。プニーも食べたいかも。プニーも一緒に食べようね。うん、君もおいで。うん。
Was that the name of, like, the competing restaurant? Was that it? Or... I am so confused at the moment. You can tell I can't even entirely say that I haven't been paying attention, it's just that my memory sucks. For those who looked around at my other videos and... Yeah, she should not promise... Nobody should promise the world when you don't know what you're doing. Please. I don't understand why this dude's the merchant. He's like, sells curry and like his entire thing, for the most part, has nothing to do with curry. It's weird. But anyways, looking at my other video series, you can probably see... Videos. Yeah, that's the word. You can probably see that I, haven't finished uploading a lot of them, and in general I have a very inconsistent upload schedule. My best excuse is that there's a high chance I have undiagnosed ADHD, And whether or not that is true, generally my brain works in like bursts of inspiration where I will spend chunks of time doing something like recording and editing videos and then posting them. And then I will spend chunks of time where I don't feel motivated enough, and that's just how my brain is and how it's been for my entire life. Here's another character that doesn't look too bad, but when you look at her as a whole, she is basically all one color, and it really gets lost. So we do have another redesign for her. It's a very small tweak because there wasn't too much wrong with her to begin with. Ancient Curry language. I don't think we ever hear anything about the Ancient Curry language after this cutscene. I could be wrong, but it's like such a weird little detail.
伝説の魔導カレー？究極食材を集め、摩訶不思議カレー糖で調理せよとある。摩訶不思議カレー糖って入らずと言われる誘惑付きの森の奥にある。
There are things I could complain about right now, but I feel very exhausted.
なんかすごそうなカレー。
I mean about like the story.
なんかではなく、すごいのだ。 頭に伝説がついているくらいだからな。
For anyone wondering, hey, how did she identify that this book was like a curry recipe thing if she can't read it? My best guess is that it has like curry on the cover or something.
どこも真似できない伝説のカレーなんだし。僕、究極食材を集めて
I could say something, but I'll just let it wait.
Right,
so I generally have a lot of memory and attention problems, and it's very easy for me to like change subjects and then immediately forget what I was thinking about before, so I am actively trying to not let that happen as I'm talking here, because I feel like everything is something I just really want to say. And I would be sad if I post these and then realize that I abandoned a talking point halfway through. But yeah, my upload schedule's kind of bad. But I take solace in the fact that I'm not trying to go professional anyway. Not with YouTube anyways. I mean, it'd be cool if I could, but I don't think I can keep that up. Like, I've seen so many creators put in so much work and in a lot of cases get burnt out, and I think I would just burn out way faster than most other people. One curious detail that I think one of my friends brought up, might have been me, but I think it was probably one of my friends, is why this character has a bunch of skulls in her design for seemingly no reason. I don't mind. I think it might have something to do with the Death Arcana from like tarot cards. That might be what it's trying to evoke, but I'm not sure. Also, if you'll notice, Puni is like the only character with white pupils. Very easy to overlook, though. It took me until recently to notice that detail. Oh, cute.
エトーニャも大カレー神様知ってるの？教える必要なんかない。行こう、ププル。ちょっとプニー！ごめん、僕たち行くね。
I think one thing this game could have benefited from, like, massively is, like, I really wish this dude's face wouldn't move. Yeah, it would benefit from that too if this dude's mouth didn't flap. Like, regardless of his expressions, it just looks weird. It looks like a Muppet. When you get him mad, he scrunches like one. I don't think he doesn't, actually. At least not that we see. But I like the thought. Anyways, this game would have benefited greatly, in my opinion, by having, like, an area where you get to walk around, talk to townsfolk and stuff. This is a PS Vita game, so I'm wondering if that even could have been a thing. I like the crowd reactions. I do appreciate that. Like, Persona 3 had a PS Vita port, and you also couldn't walk around freely in that, you know, outside of the dungeons. So that might just be a whole thing, but I think it really could have benefited from just having a main area where you walk around outside of dungeons. And, you know, get to talk to people and stuff. Also having more than one background that's in town. More than one, maybe two, I think? This isn't counting, like, the restaurants. That's, like, different. You guys wanna... God, I hope I'm not gonna, like, mess with the volume so much that you guys don't get to hear that. Do you guys wanna know something about Lilica that bothers me? You never see her hands. She never changes from this pose. Her hands are always behind her back. I don't know why this bothers me so much. It's not like the only character where you never see their hands or anything. It just bothers me. She's such an NPC. Fun fact about me, I can't eat the same thing over and over and over again. I can only have the same meal maybe about 2 days in a row, and then I'll generally get really sick of it and actively seek out something else to eat if I have a choice. Okay. So that name, I guess, is the chef, but his... No. Okay, so that's the restaurant. Okay. Okay. Man, I was so confused in the last part. I'm gonna be so embarrassed, and I kind of don't care. It's so weird that I went through this now 3-4 separate times, and only now did I actually notice the name of the opposing restaurant. Also, I don't know if Lilica's like a regular friend, or a classmate, or a childhood friend. Was that probably said somewhere? Most likely. Have I noticed? Not yet. We're gonna discover some things together. Man, please stop. I'm glad I'm finally out of steam, though. Also, I don't know what her idea was. But whatever it was really dumb. Also, for like the entire first couple of parts, I think I had like 4 parts, counting this and the previous one. My friend did not equip any spells. Just due to the way this game is formatted, I think. Look at these massive spoons. For some reason, this design of like this area, ignoring the spoons, reminds me of a different game entirely. Some may know it, some may not. It is Jade Cocoon, and it was for like I want to say the PS2? I'm not good at keeping up with which game was on the PS1, which game was on the PS2, because the PS2 was backwards compatible, and I've spent my entire life owning a PS2. But for some reason, it just gives me vibes of that game. Might be the foliage. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't even question it until my friend that played this game pointed out. I don't know what her plan was, or why she thought that just having the recipe would be enough when she was told to bring the ingredients. Or what she expected to accomplish should her plan have worked. In hindsight, she might have thought maybe that the ingredients would be already acetower or something. I don't know. Also, I find it very interesting that there isn't even like a very small dungeon or something between cutscenes. Like, this would be a great place to have like a little 3-floor dungeon that you run through, which would be Pupuru's attempts to like get to this tower. And now I really see that fucking character design. I'm not changing where I put the redesigns, but like, yeah. Like, the colors are fine and stuff, but the actual outfit itself is like, why? This got an official publication. Not only did it get published, but it got translated to English. Without anybody saying, hey, this design might not be a good idea. I'm sort of vaguely interested in what's up with this town. Like, that big building in the background, is that like a church or something? Maybe, huh? Also, it's kind of funky that every time you see Ku, he's basically just floating in midair. Also, very interesting is the fact that this town is star-shaped. Like, obviously, it's not a perfect star. I really wish you could explore it or something, you know? And if anybody's thinking, hey, maybe you'll get other party members, let me quash that right now, you won't. This is just how it is the entire game. So here's, a freaking mechanic. You have most items, I think probably every new item that is Bofo! What the fuck is Bofo? Basically, I think any new piece of equipment needs to be appraised or something, which you can't do without a specific scroll. So, when you pick them up, they have a question mark next to their name, and like, it looks so funky. This is also just generally not that great of a mechanic, in my opinion. I'm also not terribly fond of, like, the enemy designs. Like, this one's okay. The other one was just strange. I like the mushrooms. If I had the actual inclination, I think I would have come up with, like, a bunch of mushroom girls and stuff as enemies. That's what I would have done with this game. It's already so weird. Why not just have, like, a bunch of monster girls? Like, they do have a couple, but I think the most variety you get is, like, 2 monsters that have 3 different recolors. Like, there's a small amount of monsters, there's a small amount of characters. There's just not a lot to any part of this cast, and it's so weird. Ah, that's interesting. You don't use stairs in that case. I could have saved all of my ramblings for here. Because we're gonna have a lot of dungeon exploring, and I'm gonna have to come up with topics. The warp shield? That's how my brain reads it. Part is that I can't... Is that I do have stuff I want to talk about, but I can't get into it right now because we wouldn't have context. Spice. So anyone that's curious about, like, what is and isn't going to show up with the redesigns, I do have a redesign for Ku and one for Pupuru, that I specifically drew, and I had my friend do the colors for the Ku redesign, and I did the colors for the Pupuru redesign. But it's like, I don't know how to explain the choices that I made. So I do hesitate. Oh, I did get permission to show off the redesigns. It's just that the ones that I went with, I don't know, I'm surrounded by enablers, so I make weird decisions. Of course it gets worse the more I, rush to defend myself. But if I do show them off, hopefully you guys will understand why I was a bit, hesitant. to share them. During one of these parts, we're gonna get a prompt, which was, like, if you're paying attention to, like, the bottom right corner during these dungeon crawling segments, where I completely forgot how Steam Share works, and decided to play some PO Tetris 2, and almost booted my friend out of the game mid. Of course, now that's in my recording. I'm sorry. And pretty much almost booted my friend out of the game mid-dungeon. That might be the next part. Apparently, I say, like I haven't witnessed it for myself. They had, so my friend was doing like this in like 30-minute increments or so. The next two parts after this was an entire hour of playtime, not because he was super invested in the game, but because he had no place to save. Like, the game is just huge chunks of cutscene, then huge chunks of gameplay, and then more huge chunks of cutscene.
もっとおぼろ食べとけばよかったかな。あ、そうだ、プニーへのお土産に。ググー。まあいっか。帰り通るもんね。
Why was that last bit necessary? What the heck?
ここがカチコチン洞窟だね。
I'm not sure if my friend cut out more dungeoning there. I don't think so, but if he didn't, that was very abrupt. Here's another design pet peeve I have. Having the eyes and hair be the same color. Also, we have the Gen 3 protagonist from Pokemon.
ごめんなさいです。手が滑ったです。
Also, that was like... Because he didn't finish the name, that feels like a punchline that I just don't know. I don't get it. It's cute that they have matching scarves. Again, this is something else that I just tuned out until it was pointed out to me. My brain doesn't register things unless it looks really, really good or really, really bad. And I guess it doesn't. No, I guess a lot of things don't necessarily look all that bad. They just happen to hit some pet peeves of mine. These guys are pretty alright from like the waist up. I think Udon is probably the best designed out of all of them, despite being easily the most generic. Man is fine until you see his pants. Pana?
トイレを済ませた方がいいと申しているのですよ。
I don't know how to like summarize what bothers me about her design beyond the colors here, but like, I don't know. I don't like her design.
そっか、寒そうだもんね。ちょっと行ってくる。ごゆっくり。じゃ、俺たちはこの隙にですね。行っちゃおっか。
So yeah. I don't think those three are XPs of anyone. It's pretty nice.
いない。俺言おうと思ったんだけどな。
I wish I could go more into like
まあいいか。
character and stuff. Oops.